Earthquake rescue site. Xing Qiliai said goodbye to me. This couple of lovers didn't have time to greet each other. After a brief eye contact through the crowd, they left a silent take care, then turned to their respective battlefields. Xing Qiliai led his team to the epicenter, to open up a path for the victims. Mi stayed behind to treat the injured, putting into practice her duty and responsibility as a doctor. After completing emergency triage, she didn't have time to rest, and immediately got involved in treating the severe cases. During the surgery, the patient suddenly had increased bleeding. Su Yenshan was scared by the sudden situation. Mi grabbed the negative pressure suction device from her hand. The blood stopped, but the brain swelling continued to get worse. However, the patient's injuries were too severe, and the situation remained critical. Even though Mi remained calm and did her best to save the patient, she couldn't ultimately save the patient's life. Although as a doctor, Mi had expected this mentally, but when a vibrant life disappeared before her eyes, she still couldn't accept it. Yet she didn't have time to grieve. She was called by Xiao Yuhan to perform another surgery. Little did they know that during the crucial moment of the surgery, an aftershock occurred. Fortunately, they responded in time, and successfully completed the surgery. Mi walked out of the operating room with tired body, only to see Su Yenshan still feeling guilty and sad about the previous surgery. They both hated themselves for years of medical study, yet still couldn't resist fate. As the two were immersed in the sorrowful atmosphere, Xiao Yuhan coldly gave them a lesson. That night, Xiao Yuhan again comforted the two who were upset. He knew the helplessness doctors felt when facing natural disasters, but he hoped they wouldn't give up. Back in the restroom, Mi looked at the emergency bag Xing Qiliai prepared for her, began missing him, so she took out her phone to try to contact Xing Qiliai. But before she could finish writing the message, another batch of injured people were brought in. Mi became busy again. On the other side, Xing Qiliai was holding the doll Mi gave her, missing her. The next morning, Xing Qiliai led his team out again. Along the way, they met refugees who had escaped. From their words, they learned that several nearby villages had been hit. The people who had escaped were gathered together, so Xing Qiliai took food to rescue them. When they arrived at the village, Xing Qiliai arranged his team to distribute food to the villagers, help them set up temporary tents. Through the introduction of the village head, Xing Qiliai obtained specific disaster information, then found a suitable location for the airdrop of relief supplies. He immediately reported the situation to the command center, and requested an airdrop of support. At that moment, a cry for help was heard from below the cliff. Xing Qiliai quickly went with Luo Ting to check. It turned out to be a water conservancy expert from the Chinese Academy of Sciences, who had been hit by falling rocks during the earthquake. Now in critical condition, he needed to be sent to the base camp for treatment immediately. Due to damaged roads, they carried the stretcher along the mountain path and across the suspension bridge. They traveled all night and day, but because it was dark and the road was slippery, Special Agent Zhuo Wenjing accidentally fell into the valley. Luckily, there were some trees to cushion the fall. She wasn't in danger, so Xing Qiliai let the others send the expert away, and stayed behind to watch and wait for rescue. Soon, the group successfully sent the expert back to the base camp for treatment. While Mi also learned that Xing Qiliai and Zhuo Wenjing were still waiting for rescue, she immediately followed Luo Ting to the scene. Mi used the walkie-talkie to find out the condition of Zhuo Wenjing from Xing Qiliai. Knowing that she couldn't move, she immediately descended to the bottom of the valley by rope. After carefully asking about the injury, Mi found that Zhuo Wenjing didn't have serious internal injuries, so she decided to pull out the branch stuck in Zhuo Wenjing's leg first, to prevent infection.